Mute.
That should be good to go.
Should now let me go check now. Okay. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Yep. All right, we're good to go. Here we go.
Thank that, dude.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the SEC Network on the HPL YouTube channel. Today, we've got a battle of two top 10 teams. And there's a lot at stake for both these teams. You got the 9-0 undefeated #1 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on the 9th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs in Athens. Jake, what do you think is at stake for both these teams?
A lot of stakes for both these teams. I mean, especially when it comes to playoff implications. I mean, if Mason does lose this game, I think he'll go down to, maybe the 12th seed, I believe. And then for McCord, I mean, he's going to have to win this game for him to be able to keep his playoff contention ineligible for sure. So I'm excited for this game. Both these two are not only great friends, but also great competitors. So I'm expecting a really great game between these two teams.
All right, so basically what has to happen is Mason, I think he has to win out. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And if he loses, then Florida will jump Georgia because Florida is 3rd and they only have 2 conference losses, and the connection just lost.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Wait, did the stream end? Hold on, I'm gonna check.
No, the stream didn't end.
No, it's still good. All right.
Where they had to wait.
Huh, Mason?
But
I did.
But back to what I was talking about is, I mean, these two teams, this is going to be a great game. I'm excited for this, as we know that the Georgia is going to be repping the black jerseys. So, it's going to be a very fun game. I mean, one thing I've known about Masopes and McCard is that these two, either as playing college football or racing on NASCAR heat, these two are always phenomenal in so many ways, and I'm just excited for this game, dude. I mean, the fact that I'm up at the broadcast booth with you, it's going to be a great time for sure.
Really, really good game. This is probably McCard's hardest game of the season. Going down to Athens, probably one of the roughest environments to play in college football. It's gonna be really hard for Tennessee to win, and we'll see if Nico Iamaleava will have a really good game today versus a really talented Carson Beck and Georgia team. So we're about to get set to kick off.
As I'm saying, I mean, I'm excited to see how the defense goes. I mean, I've always been a defensive guy, so I'm excited to see which offense is going to explode in this game. We're going to see, as it looks like Tennessee is going to get possession first.
All right. Coaching adjustments coming up, and they got it lined up, and we are underway from Athens. Ball goes into the end zone. He brings it out. Really risky call. Only gets it to the 15-yard line. So as you see, stats kind of nearly the same. I mean, McCard's allowed more yards than Mason, so Georgia's got a little bit better defense. As now you see 1st and 10, they come out in doubles offset set. He hands it off to Dylan Sampson. He only gets a yard. Christian Miller comes up with the tackle. Now they go up in the hurry up.
You can see this stadium is rocking.
Hands it off to Sampson again. It's a big juke, and he's got a lot of room to run. Sampson breaks a tackle past the 40, 35, 30, gets it down to the 25-yard line, and that was like a 59-yard run right there from Dylan Sampson.
Insane.
And you need to watch out for him, because he will break off big runs. Like, you got to watch out. As now, that was a tackle for a loss right there. Smell Munden gets in there for the tackle.
I honestly did not expect this offense to be explosive like the way it is, especially on the running side of things. But I'm curious to see how things are going to be as far as passing wise. We're ready to see here in this next play.
2nd and 12. Imalava back to throw, and he gets it complete to score White for a pickup of 5.
3rd and 7. The stadium is rocking.
Imalava back to pass. Oh, and he
Wow.
had scored White, but he just missed him a little bit. Now Tennessee's going to bring out the field goal unit here. This will be a 39-yard attempt from the left hash.
We'll see. The kick is up.
Kick is
and
up.
It is
And it's good. And Tennessee gets on the board first here in Athens. So now Ross is lined up to kick it off. And he calls for the fair catch, so comes out to the 25-yard line. So what do we look for in this Georgia offense here, Jake?
Got to see what Carson Beck's going to do, not to mention ETN. I mean, those two individuals have been very explosive for this Georgia offense. We've seen McCard have such a quick drive, but what can Mason do here as Carson Beck is after back to pass, finds a man, and
gets it complete.
Gets a first down and more.
Makes a man miss.
Couldn't see who the player was, but...
So it was a nice little pick of about 11 yards right there. Beck hands it off to ETN, and ETN is only going to get about 3 yards on the pickup. Dominique Bailey, the senior, making the tackle. Beck.
Back to pass.
Back to pass. He's going deep here.
Oh my goodness.
And it's caught! It's caught! 1st and goal, Georgia. And this talented quarterback has a cannon of an arm, getting it complete to Smith for a nice gain. Now it's 1st and goal from the 8. Beck hands it off to ETN. ETN makes a little juke, gets 3 on the pickup. 2nd down and 5 now.
Man, that was a great play for them to get up to the 5-yard line, especially with Carson Beck throwing the ball. I did not expect that as they're coming back out for 2nd and goal. Carson Beck.
2nd and goal here. Dominic Lovett in motion. He gives it to Lovett on a jet motion here. Lovett gets it down to the 1-yard line. Now we'll see if they come out in a QB sneak goal line set, and it looks like they do. Now it's 3rd and goal. Beck on the QB sneak, and he's in. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Smart play right there from Carson Beck.
Carson Beck, QB keeper. He does the little Heisman pose as he's trying to keep his SEC championship hopes alive here, as they are hungry.
I mean, the one thing I can tell you is that Georgia knew exactly what to do on this very first drive. I mean, it's such a very clean, crisp drive for them. You talk about the pass and play that helped them get to the 5-yard line, not to mention Carson Beck, QB scramble into the end zone. I mean, this was amazing. But, I mean, the last time we saw Tennessee, they only scored 3. What can they do in this next drive? I think keep that running game the way it was for Sampson and see where they go from here.
All right, so it looks like they come out in the same set here. Not sure what they're going to do here. Imalov on a 1st and 10. He hands it off to Sampson, and Sampson will get 7 yards on the carry. It's already 65 yards, and we're only like 4 minutes into the game. 2nd down and 3. Blitz coming. Imalov has to scramble, and he has to just throw it away. They almost got to him, though. Just had to get there a little bit quicker. Now it's 3rd down and 3. Okay, look towards the sideline.
Doing a couple hop routes here and there.
3rd down and 3. Imalava on a quarterback keeper. Imalava, a lot of room to run inside the 45-yard line of Georgia.
I did not expect that.
And he busts off a little good run.
Lava with a really good run right there.
Imalava scrambling out of the pocket. Looking, and he gets sacked by Smail Munden, the senior, as he makes another good tackle for loss.
Munden's already making an impact already in this first quarter already. He's got a tackle, not to mention a sack, so good for him.
Second down and 11. He hands it off to Dylan Sampson. Sampson makes a guy miss and gets a first down to the 29-yard line. So as you see the CFP, as of today, Tennessee has the #1 seed. And it looks like Georgia and Michigan State will be playing if the CFP happened today.
And they do everything they can to keep that drive alive.
First and 10. Ian Malava on another quarterback keeper, and he gets 5 yards on the carry right there.
Don't want to overdo it, especially if you could fumble. So
second and 5. Ian Malava back to pass, scrambles out, and he has a lot of more room to run. Ian Malava fumbles the football, and that's a bad turnover if you're Tennessee. Georgia has it deep in their own territory, and that's just a costly mistake from Nico Iamaleava. I mean, in that scenario, you have to slide right there.
I jinxed the card right there, and I'm so sorry.
He hands it off to ETN. ETN gets 8 yards right there.
Wow, I'm so sorry, McCard. I jinxed him right there. That's the end of the first.
And that's the end of the first. Georgia is up 7-3 against the #1 team in the land. As you take a look at the SEC standings, you just saw, as I mentioned earlier, Florida #3. So if Tennessee wins today, Pablo overtakes Mason. Here, so now it's second down and 3. Play action. Beck just checks it down. I think that's ETN. No, it's not. It's Oscar Delp. Nice pickup of about 3 to 4 yards right there. First down and 10 from the 16-yard line. Beck. Back to pass. And he gets hit as he throws. It's incomplete.
For his sakes, he better be glad it wasn't intercepted right there. But, I mean, can't blame Georgia for wanting to go for something big like that. As
Beck sets up the halfback screen to Trevor Etienne. And Etienne fighting for the first down, and he has it. Out to the 27-yard line, pickup of 11. Georgia already moving it. And again, he hands it off to Etienne. He gets 6 yards right there. Second and 4 now. Beck. Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, and he's just going to keep it here. And he has the first down. So first down for Georgia. It was a smart move by Coach Pope. As now hits him with the play action. Beck going deep here, and it's going to be a little bit overthrown. He's trying to hit Smith, I believe, here, who made that really great catch earlier in the game. Couldn't.
He made an impact in the first quarter, but I don't think we're going to see that here.
Second down and 10. ETN hands it off, or why did I say that? Beck hands it off to ETN, and ETN gets 5 on the pickup right there.
Take your time there, Lamar. Take your time.
Third down and 5 for Carson Beck. Back to pass. He tries to go over the middle, and it's incomplete, and they're probably going to send the punt team out, and they will. Try to go to Arian Smith again. Now Thorson, as they call timeout here.
I don't think he meant to be honest with
and
you.
And I think he's gonna go for it now. This is 4-down territory practically, so I mean, if they don't get it, then it's kind of okay. Just gotta hold them. 4th and 5 now.
Tennessee will have good field possession if they turn it over on downs.
Beck back to pass, and he gets it complete to Arian Smith. Arian Smith makes a man miss and gets it down to the 35. A nice gain right there.
First time we've seen a 4th down conversion and they converted it. So
play action. Beck. He finds Arian Smith again down inside the 20-yard line, down to the 18. Now the 2-minute timeout upon us. as Georgia looking to make it a two-score game here in Athens.
You know, one thing I can say is that Coach Pope is actually getting really comfortable with this passing game we're seeing. 10-4.
Beck, back to pass, gets that little Texas route to ETN, and he gets it down, first and goal for the Dogs. They're on the doorstep of scoring again. Beck sets up a halfback screen, gets it to ETN. ETN fights, gets 3 yards on the carry right there. Second and goal now for Beck. Hands it off. He tries to stiff arm him. Only gets about a half yard right there. Will Tennessee's defense hold tight here? Hold the door. Get Georgia to kick a field goal.
For his sakes, I mean, he don't need to overdo it. I mean, just try to do what you can, and if you're not, just kick a field goal.
Third down and go from the 3. Option look. Beck. ETN was behind Beck. It looked like Mason might have just flipped the play to where now ETN was behind him. So, kind of a controversial play call, and it looks like they might be going for it on 4th and goal here. So,
I mean, even if he does go for it, I mean, if things don't work out, I mean, McCard will have the ball on his own 4-yard line, so he'll have a lot of time to kill. But I mean, he's still got one timeout, so he's got to be very cautious if I'm McCard.
here we go. 4th and goal now. Play clock winding down. Is he going to get it off? And he's not. So now it looks like they have to bring the field goal team out there.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Don't overdo it. Just you're at the 9-yard line. What more do you got to lose? So
It's a 26-yard field goal right here. And it's good. Still a one-score game here in Athens. Now will Mace or McCard respond here and tie the game before half. Kickoff now goes deep into the end zone.
The one thing I can say is that if I'm McCard, I would not focus on, running. I mean, just no mistakes. If you want to go into overtime, you're gonna have to do something here. Or go to
Imalava
halftime.
back to pass. He checks it down to Sampson, but he drops the ball.
At halftime, try to be able to score right before the end of halftime. That's what I meant.
He hands it off to Sampson. Sampson only gets 4 yards right there. So he has 82 yards rushing now. 6 attempts.
Maybe you'll get that first down.
3rd and 6. Sampson gets it complete. He took a really big hit right there. But it is complete, and he moves the chains.
He's lucky.
Sampson, back to pass, and he gets drilled. Mikel Williams, the junior, came in there and blasted that freshman QB.
This Georgia defense is not playing. I mean, only got them down to 3 points. What they can do here.
Sampson, they hand it off. Sampson gets it down into Georgia territory. Last time these two teams played was in 2023, where Georgia won 38-10 in Knoxville. Now he hands it off to Sampson again. Sampson. Oh, he tried to juke there. He's still gaining yards down to the 30.
Insane.
So now he has over 100 yards rushing now with that run. QB keeper from Imalava. And he's only going to get 9. Good gain right there. 2nd down and 1. Imalava. Back to pass, scrambling out. And he's going to keep it. He has the speed, and he has the first down, too. In the red zone now.
Smart decision. Smart decision going out of bounds, especially after what happened in the last drive where he ended up fumbling it. So, he's moving up the chains, that's for sure.
And they'll audible display. Imalava, QB keeper. And he gets 3 yards on the pickup right there. Second and 7. Imalava. He throws an interception, and that's Munden. And he's going to take this back for 6. No one's going to catch him. And that is going to be like a 90-yard pick 6 from Munden. Smale Munden. 91-yard pick 6. And this Georgia defense is having themselves a day right now.
Munden is definitely having a great game. I think he had, a tackle, a sack, and now a pick 6. So he's doing well for himself. And not to mention with Georgia getting the ball right back at halftime, I mean,
that's two first half turnovers for Tennessee now. So we'll see what adjustments they make in the second half and as it's coming to a close. So now it is 17-3. So Nico Iamaleava, Tennessee offense coming back out here. Looks like he's pressing the wide receivers here. Iamaleava. He has Squirrel White. Wide open down the sideline. Will Malachi Starks catch him? He will not. 75-yard touchdown to Squirrel White.
That was beautiful.
And just like that, Tennessee has cut it to a score before halftime. They get the pick 6 and then just take it down in one play.
Is it me or is Lamar lagging? Okay.
Beck's just going to hand it off to ETN. ETN's only going to get 5 right there. As they'll probably run the ball one more time here. Yep. Outside for ETN. He'll get it to the 39. And that will conclude the first half of action. As Georgia trying to keep their SEC championship hopes alive, as I mentioned it. As now Tennessee will be kicking off here.
One thing I can say about the Georgia offense is that the first half we've seen just what Carson Beck can do, not only throwing the ball, but of course running the ball, and of course ETN having a terrific game for himself. If the Georgia offense can play the way they did back in the first half, this is easily their win.
They got the number one team. They got the number 1 team on the ropes right now.
If I'm a card, I mean, no mistakes, no excuses. Try to stop this offense, especially if you want to keep your undefeated streak alive.
Play action here. Beck. And it's batted down, nearly intercepted. Tried to go to Dominique Lovett, but that Tennessee defender was all over that. Second down and 10. He'll hand it off to ETN. ETN has a big hole, and he gets it to the 43-yard line. Pickup of 18.
Alright, you're good. You have a pause left.
Looks like we got technical issues, as that will be resolved here in a minute. All right, monitor is on. Here we go. And as I just mentioned, 18-yard pickup from Trevor Etienne. As now they have it on the 43. First and 10. Beck hands it off to Chris Jones. Or Carson Jones, I forgot. Cash Jones, yep. Second down and 5 now for Beck. Makes a motion, makes a little adjustment there. So now he's looking to throw here. Oh, and it's batted
Oh my
down
gosh.
again. And once again, another risky play there as it almost resulted in an interception. Try to go to Bill. No, I think the stream can, I'm pretty sure.
Stream can't hear you.
3rd and 5 as the blitz came, and that was James Pierce Jr. coming in there for the hit. As now Tennessee's defense, and they get the ball back.
This is what I'm saying. I mean, the Tennessee defense needed
Dylan
a
Sampson
much-needed
returning,
stop, and they got it.
and they
But,
don't even really get anything.
but so, can this offense be able to make some adjustments? Let's see here.
1st and 10 now. Audible coming. Imalava back to pass. Hit score White again. White breaks a tackle.
He's
Down the
gone.
sideline. Will he do the same thing he did before? And he gets it down inside the 15-yard line.
Mason, is it lagging on your end too? Yeah, me too. So,
Is it
so this goes. No, it's. I don't know. It just started lagging on like this.
as
Imalava back to pass, and he gets sacked. 2nd sack of the day as Warren Brinson was the first to get in there. Second and 16. Hands it off to Sampson, and he's only going to get 3 yards on the pickup. So far, 119 rushing yards today for Dylan Sampson. So he's having himself a day. Hands it off again. He only gets 2.
Ran
Looks like they're
into,
gonna
went
bring
to the
up-
wrong.
It looks like they're bringing out the field goal unit here.
they got that stadium pulse.
Maxed out. 32-yard field goal from Josh Turbyville is good. And it is now a 4-point game here in Athens.
Not a bad drive for Tennessee. I mean, they got the adjustments. I mean, but the question is, can they stop them on offense the way they did the last drive? Let's see.
Beck back to pass. He hits Oscar Delp. Delp breaks a tackle, and he'll get 8 yards right there. The big tight end. Beck hands it off to ETN, and ETN will have enough for a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people...
4-man rush. Beck goes on a corner route, and it's
And he
caught by
caught
Arian
that.
Smith,
Wow.
the senior wide receiver from Florida.
Not a bad play. Good for Georgia.
He hands it off to
Hands it
Cash
off.
Jones here, and he'll get 2 yards on the carry right there.
That was a beautiful play right there, right before the running play, but definitely a really great job as we get ready to get close to the end of the third quarter here.
As the third quarter does end, that was a really fast quarter, but now 1 quarter to decide. Will Tennessee's undefeated season still live, or will Georgia stay in the 2nd spot in the SEC standings? 2nd and 8. Beck back to throw,
Oh
and he
my
gets sacked
gosh.
again by Pierce. 2nd sack today for James Pierce, and he's probably one of the best pass rushers in the country so far. 3rd down and 18 for Beck. And he throws an interception, and that is exactly what McCard needed. He just threw it right to him.
That is what McCord needed. I mean, we talked about the last drive stopped them on fourth
Jordan.
down,
Jordan Thomas, right there.
and now with that drive, getting that interception is what McCord needed.
Now the question is, will Mason be able to hold tough here? As now he hands it off to Sampson. Sampson jukes a guy, fighting hard, and he gets 9 yards right there. It's another good
That's
gain right there.
been a very major key to this offense. I mean, he's had a hell of a game so far.
2nd down and 1. He hands it off to Sampson again, and he somehow had the 1st down. I guess he got pushed super hard. Or he just threw himself over the line. 1st and 10 for Sampson. Or Imalava. Imalava somehow throws it away. Somehow just chucked the ball behind his head. Just threw it away. Mikael Williams got in there to make the tackle. Almost sacked him though. So now it's 2nd down and 10.
He got lucky right there.
The 4-man rush. Imalava gets it out complete to the tight end. And it's a 5-wide out look here on 3rd and 4 from the 50. Imalava. He checked it down, and he somehow got that complete. It was a lob pass. It was a weird throw, and he got it complete. But it is enough to move the sticks for another 1st down.
I mean, whatever it takes, right?
Whatever it takes. Every yard counts. He hands it off to Sampson. Sampson breaking tackles, still slipping tackles down inside the 30. As this running back is tearing up this Georgia defense.
He's been fun to watch.
Hands it off to Sampson. Sampson only gets a yard. Looks like the game plan here is taking off the clock, just getting bare yards, like getting like really short gains.
Well, I mean,
but it's a 5-wide out look again.
I mean, if I'm a card, I would make sure I do whatever I can to try to waste that clock and be able to score before Mason can.
5 on the clock. Quarterback keeper, Imalava only gets 4 yards right there. So yeah, it looks like Tennessee's just doing whatever they can to just move the ball very slowly, but they're doing it efficiently. 3rd down and 5. Sampson, big run, and he gets it down to the 10. It's 1st and goal now for the Big Orange offense. As now we have approached the 2-minute timeout here in Athens.
I mean, they have a chance to be able to do something here. No mistakes.
Looks like they're audibly, I'm pretty sure. Imalava back to throw. As he got hit, he somehow got the ball out. Raylan Wilson got in there.
He's managed to get away with that.
This is a big set of downs right here. So he hands it off to Sampson. Sampson! Touchdown! And they just take the lead here. 2nd lead of the day for Tennessee. They're a point away from making it a field goal game. And Dylan Sampson's having himself a day today. Already 150 yards rushing, and now his 1st touchdown today.
And now if you're Mason and Georgia Bulldogs, what do you do here? I mean, the last 2 drives, I mean, he's either got stopped on 4th down, and not to mention a pick. So, I mean, no mistakes right now for Mason at this point.
1st and 10. Halfback screen set up to Cash Jones here, and he actually goes backwards as Keenan Pili made the tackle. 2nd down and 11. Beck gets it out complete to Delp, and Delp's going to get 8 yards right there. They're hurrying it up now, 3rd and 3. Hands it off to Cash Jones. Jones has a big hole, and he gets it to the 42, pickup of 10. So remember, Georgia still has 3 timeouts in their back pocket, so now 1st and 10. He gets it to Dominique Lovett into Tennessee territory. Because
time is
now
not
they
on
are moving
Mason's
this
side.
ball efficiently. Beck hands it off to Cash Jones. Jones, big hole, down inside the 35. As now Tennessee calls their first timeout.
Good call. I mean, you don't want to overdo it. Don't want to waste your players' energy. You're gonna have to do whatever it takes for you to get back
1:11
in this game.
left. Beck sets up another halfback screen to Cash Jones. Jones has enough speed to get around the corner, and he gets 7 yards right there. So now, if you're Georgia and you are on the 25, is now I think Tennessee just took their second timeout. No, Georgia took a timeout. But I feel like now that you're on the 25, you don't really need to hurry it up, considering you still have 2 timeouts. Now Beck will hand it off to ETN, and ETN gets it down in the red zone. Less than a minute to play. A lot at stake here in Athens. Looking towards the
Time is
sideline
winding
now.
down.
Beck. He hands it off to ETN. ETN gets it down inside the 15. Tennessee takes their second timeout of the game.
It's gonna be interesting.
2nd and 5. Beck, and he gets sacked again by Pierce. His 3rd sack of the game. He's having himself a day.
Tennessee doesn't have any more timeouts remaining.
3rd down and 11 now for Beck. He's just going to hand this off to Cash Jones, and he's not really going to really do much. He's just going to take his points and move on. He's just going to let the clock wind down here.
Overtime, baby.
As Michael Akert and his Tennessee team has no timeouts, so it looks like this game is going to OT. Playing to 5, 4, 3, 2, timeout. There we go.
And there's a timeout.
31-yard field goal, up and
Overtime,
good, and
baby.
we are headed to overtime in Athens.
Wow, what a game this has been.
Really, really good game. And it looks like Georgia will be playing defense, so Tennessee will have the ball first in overtime.
If I'm a card, Sampson has been a very effective running back, a very effective player in this game.
Sampson, or Imalava, back to pass. Rolls out. Why do I keep saying that?
Sorry.
All right. 2nd down and 10. Remember, after 2 overtimes, they got to start trading 2-point conversions. So, if it gets to that point. Sampson hands it off. And it's a nice little gain of 10. Sampson hands it off again. So, Jake, what do we look for in overtime here?
Well, college rules are different than the NFL rules. Each team has a chance to be able to score, but if I'm a card, no mistakes. Try to be able to get the score here, as Imalava runs up the middle and gained a 7 on the play. But the one thing I can say about this though, Lamar, is overtime. This is about to be interesting, especially with an undefeated streak of life. Here comes Sampson running up the middle, only getting 1.
It's a really tight 3rd down right here. I wonder if Tennessee will stick to the running game or do a little quick pass, but we'll see here on 3rd and 2. They come out in the same set. Sampson to Imalava's right. He does hand it off to Sampson again, and Sampson gets in! Touchdown, Tennessee!
I rest my case.
And
I
now,
told you.
if Mason scores, if Georgia scores, you gotta wonder, will They go for 2 for the win. There's a lot at stake here. So now Georgia has the ball. And we will see what happens here. So Carson Beck and them come back out. Back to pass. He looking for Arian Smith. Oh, almost caught, but it's batted down. It was a good little underthrown there, or the defender just made a really good play right there.
I think
Now it's second down and 10.
Really good play right there.
He hands it off to Cash Jones now, and he'll get 5 yards. Third down and 5. This is crucial for Mason. Taking the number 1 team on the ropes here in overtime. He gets it on a drag, complete to Bell, and it's first and goal for Georgia, and that's the 200th passing yards for today for Carson Beck.
Oh, wait.
Beck hands it off again to Jones, and he'll get about a yard. So what are your thoughts, Jake? Almost.
I'm liking what I'm seeing, but Mason's going to have to be able to do something here. ATM runs up the ball and hit. Stop at the 3-yard line. So, I mean,
Third and
if
goal.
I'm Mason, I would just tie this thing up again. Go into second overtime.
Third and goal. It's an outside run. ETN. Oh, it is 4th and goal from the 1. This is a really big 4th down. This is the biggest one of the game right here. Will McCard's defense hold tough here? Here we go. 4th down and goal.
Timeout.
I think that was, McCard took a timeout. So McCard talking it over. Say really big 4th down right here. Here we go.
Could this be the last play of this game?
This most likely will be if McCard can hold tough here. So let's decide it right here in Athens. 4th down and goal. He hands it off to ETN. ETN! Stiff arm touchdown!
Oh my God.
What a play from Trevor Etienne.
Oh my
As he did
God.
not want to go down, as now Will Mason go for 2 and the win.
That's insane.
And it looks like he's going to. This is for the game right here. Here we go. ETN has it! It's good! And he beats the number 1 team in the country. Georgia upsets Tennessee 28-27 here in Athens.
Let me repeat that. Down goes Tennessee.
Down goes the Vols. Their undefeated season comes to an end as Georgia just ended their 9-game winning streak. They take down the number 1 team in the land in overtime. What a freaking game. Jake, what are your thoughts on this game?
Without a doubt, you gotta know that this is game of the year. This is game of the year. I mean,
Game of the year,
forth.
by far.
I mean, because, like, let me tell you this, though. We've seen the struggles of Tennessee. They bounced back from their mistakes. They took it all the way up to overtime. And then we've seen Georgia having a phenomenal game, not only with Carson Beck, but I think the MVP of that game was ETN. ETN did a phenomenal job running the ball. And, of course, obviously, he helped them win this game. So, kudos to both teams. That was a very fun game to call.
All right, we are going to go down to the field for post-game interview, starting with the winner. Mason, how do you feel? You just took down the number 1 team in the land. What are your thoughts, and how are you feeling right now?
I think that
Mason?
both teams.
Okay, I said, you just took down the number 1 team in the land. How are you feeling right now? All right, well, Jake, you got any questions?
Yeah, Mason, I gotta get a chance to ask you. I mean, what was going through your mindset, knowing full well that ETN has done a phenomenal job throughout the entire game before overtime? And my question to you is, what made you decide to go ahead and go for it on fourth down, handing
Yeah,
ETN the
just
ball?
yeah, just being that lucky, just getting a 4th and 1 where your guy bounces somebody that's probably got 65 pounds on him, could probably bench him. Somehow he breaks a tackle and he gets in the end zone. And I mean, like, it is what it is. Like, I feel like I've lost games before because of bullshit. And, McCard lost the game tonight because of that. And it just is what it is sometimes.
How much does this win help you,
I
especially
mean,
knowing
it's
full well
huge,
that you play?
dude. We just locked ourselves into the playoffs, hopefully locked ourselves in to the SEC championship game. I mean, there's no shot I'm letting the AI beat me next week after winning this game. So just, you know, we'll see how it goes for the rest of the season. Win or lose, SEC championship game though, I think we're in the playoffs. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to
All
that,
right.
seeing who we match up against.
Okay. So now we'll flip it over to the other side. McCard, not exactly how you wanted it to go today. How are you feeling right now after that brutal loss?
Pretty freaking pissed. Pretty
Okay.
freaking pissed.
You think Dylan Sampson had another outstanding game today?
Oh, he played his ass off. The whole damn team played their ass off. But shit, here's what it is. You go down the goal line, player glitches like that, get damn beat. But I'm glad Mason got it. He's locked in. But yeah, I'm pretty freaking pissed.
Jake, you got any questions?
I mean, the only thing I'm gonna say is, I mean, how do you bounce back from this?
Oh, the cupcake games, next 2 games, you're gonna pay hell.
I think that's all I'm gonna say on that one.
All right, then I guess that is it. So Tennessee goes to 9-1. Mason goes to 9-2. So they only have one game left versus their rival Georgia Tech, and we'll see what happens. But Mason's in the SEC championship. So that will wrap it up here in the studio. I am U of L fan 09, and with me, Jake, or the great one, Jake. This has been the SEC Network on the HPL YouTube channel, and we are signing off.